So how has the team reflected on our second learning experience where we taught the shot put?
So as a team, we looked at our strengths first for our shot put lesson. So we thought one strength that we had, like with our long jump lesson, was that we had members of the group who had done the shot put before, and who were able to provide very clear demonstrations in this area and very good cues as well. We then thought that our cooperation organisation was very good as a team, so we had our drills all laid out. We knew who was going to be speaking at each time, who would be demonstrating each drill. Thought that was really clear. And then we said that our adaptation was really good as a team as well, because we noticed in the warm-up that some of the students were going off task, so we cut the warm-up short and introduced the skills to the students so that there'd be more structure to the room. And then we also noticed that the students were off task again towards the end of the lesson, so instead of trying to introduce a new game, we decided to continue with the game we had in the warm-up and let them revisit that instead, because it would mean we wouldn't have to spend time calling the students in and explaining more rules to them. Our weaknesses, we felt, was that maybe some of the drills we planned out were too difficult for some of the students. I suppose we overestimated the ability of some students, because we thought that since they had practiced shot put in the class year before, that they would have been capable of these drills. But when we went through the drills, then we found that maybe some of them hadn't got the skills already that we thought they had, so they really struggled to execute these drills. We said then for what we would change was that possibly we could introduce the more complicated elements of the drill only to the students who were much stronger, instead of trying to ask the whole class to engage with these elements. And that we said that another thing maybe would be to reiterate rules of the game numerous times, because we feel that the students possibly weren't listening or didn't understand the rules, and this made it really difficult for the game to run. Then our TPSR that we had within the lesson was that we involved a drill where the students had to throw in cannon. So they were responsible for themselves firstly as to when they would throw, and then they were responsible for the people around them, so to ensure that they threw at the wall, to throw in time and not to collect the ball until all of their group was gone and they were ready to do so. And we also said that we asked the students at the beginning of the lesson to evaluate where they are with regards to TPSR and shot put, and then we asked them to reevaluate this again at the end of the lesson to see if they'd improved.